Happy Saturday, y'all. Welcome back. All right, so I know it is 4th of July, Independence Day, or whatever. I don't celebrate this day. I do celebrate Juneteenth. I feel like a lot of black people don't really celebrate 4th of July anymore. I mean, look at the current political climate, everything that's happening in this country right now. I do have my waist trainer on. I'm going to take a walk because I just had some chicken wings, okay? But, I was scrolling today. It's Saturday, and, I do like to still get out of the house on this type of day and probably have me a little cocktail and watch a little firework, although I do not consider that to be celebrating the 4th of July. Anywho, as I was scrolling on the social medias, I saw that Beyonce released a new single called Morning Dew Donk, all right? So I have an article from E! News here. We're going to get into some details about the single here. But apparently, she just dropped this single randomly, for the Beehive. And this was apparently supposed to be, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be on the B-Day album or when this particular song was recorded. But they say, according to E! News, that this particular song is, to celebrate the 60-day countdown to the reissue of B-Day. Now, before I get into the article here that'll give us a little bit more details, personally, I feel like B-Day is one of Beyonce's best bodies of work. Now, I'm not a stan of any of these celebrities, but I am a big fan. I'm a big supporter. I love Beyonce. I've seen her twice in concert, which I'm sad about. I wish I would have seen her more. Because Beyonce is one of those artists that I grew up with. Right along with the greats. She is one of the greats, by the way. But, right along with the Janet Jacksons, the Brandys, the Michael Jackson. Beyonce was a part of my childhood. I remember literally being babysat by my big sister up on the west side of Fresno, child. And we were in the house, and I remember playing with Barbie dolls, sneaking playing with Barbie dolls as I was a kid and getting my ass whipped by my dad. While Destiny's Child's music video for Bills, 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 and No, No, No were playing on TV. I specifically remember Bills, Bills, Bills playing on television, and then my dad beat my ass. Anyway, sorry for the profanity. So let's go ahead and let's get into the E! News article here. Let's talk about Morning Dew Donk. The headline reads, Beyonce drops surprise single Morning Dew Donk amid Act 3 buzz. Now, Act 3 is going to be her third installment, after we had Renaissance and Cowboy Carter. Okay, we don't know the title of Act 3 yet, but the fans are waiting. It's been 2 years since Beyonce released music. So, according to E! News, Beyonce is ringing the alarm on new music. The Grammy winner had the Beehive swarming as she released her new single, Morning Dew Donk, July 4th, marking her first music drop in 2 years. The soulful track written by Beyonce, Pharrell Williams, The Dream, and Darius Dixon commences a 60-day countdown on the Love on Top hitmaker's birthday, September 4, as well as the reissue of her 2006 album B-Day, according to a statement by Parkwood Entertainment. Okay, so Parkwood released that statement, so Beyonce dropped this single to kind of give us a warning. Mama knows what she's doing. The single is in quote, direct nod, a direct nod to her loyal Beehive to commemorate the upcoming epic celebration of B-Day, the statement said. The statement continues here. The song, which will be included on the 20th anniversary edition of B-Day, arrives accompanied by a lyric video that repurposes old footage directed by frequent collaborator Cliff Watts. B-Day made its worldwide debut on September 4, 2006, and was dropped in the U.S. one day later. Within 1 week, the album sold approximately 541,196 copies. Though Morning Dew Donk is confirmed to mark the celebration of one of Beyonce's most iconic eras, her fans have been keeping a close eye out for when the long-awaited Act 3 album is set to drop. All right, so I'm gonna stop there. I don't really feel like there's much else to say. This is a whole article. But what I will say here, thank you, E! News, for, letting me steal that. What I will say here is that B-Day, by far, is one of my favorite albums by Beyonce. I remember, I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to tell my age, but that album came out in '06, and I was, literally starting middle school. And, certain artists like that in '06, '05, '04, '03, '02 that I just remember legit being a part of my childhood, my coming of age in a way. And Beyonce was definitely one of those artists. I remember, salivating, I don't know how to say that, okay? But I remember just, being so desperate to buy B-Day. I was, begging my dad, can we get B-Day? I bought that album. I don't have CDs anymore. But this is back when we bought albums. And, B-Day was one of those ones. Like, every single song. Like, B-Day to me is by far. And here's the thing about Beyonce. All of Beyonce's eras and albums, she's one of those artists where every era, I'm like, damn, each era is so good. Like, all of them are strong. But personally, for me, I love the B-Day era. I love the self-titled era, the Beyonce album. Those are my favorites. Also, too, the first album, Dangerously in Love. Those are like my top three. And then maybe after that, my next era after that, honestly, would probably be four. Yeah, four would probably be number four for me, honestly. No. I'm gonna say Renaissance. Renaissance and then four, if we want to rank the albums. But I know, all the fans, we have our favorites, but B Day to me is probably my number one choice. That era was that era was everything. The first album was everything too. That first album was everything. But anyways, look, I'm happy that Beyonce blessed us with something, and Beyonce does everything with intention. For her to drop on a day where she knows that us as African American, us as black people, we feel a way about today. You get me? So for her to drop this record, and see, the thing about Morning Dew Donk is that it's like a hood R&B chill cookout record. Like, Beyonce just gets it. The thing about her, and I know Beyonce is not perfect. I know a lot of people don't like Beyonce. But Beyonce, what I like about her is how intentional the woman is very intentional. Now, I know she's done questionable things like the whole blood diamond thing and all that. I know people have their feelings about Beyonce. Not every black person loves Beyonce. Not every other race or other person loves Beyonce. But people, we love Beyonce. Beyonce is a queen, and she's our queen. And honestly, Morning Dew is a vibe. I'm definitely going to be playing this tonight when I'm at my homegirls tonight. And yeah, excuse me, I have my waist trainer on. I'm going to go take a walk. I had chicken wings earlier, and now I'm over here nibbling on some blueberries. That's all I ate today. I'm trying to keep it right and keep it tight. Anyways, drop down below and let me all know what you think about Beyonce's new single. Oh, wait, really quickly. This single, the special thing about this, I was digging through the comments, because the Beehive knows. Now, I know Beyonce's unreleased songs too, but apparently I didn't know that Morning Dew was also a older unreleased record. I didn't know that. So apparently see, that's how I know I'm not that much in the Beehive. I thought I was, but I'm not. But I know some of her other unreleased singles. Some of them, if I'm like scounging on YouTube, like Back Up. Oh, there's other ones. Lost Your Mind. I know that record. So there's a few unreleased ones that I know, but I never heard of Morning Dew. I never heard of the song. But apparently what's so special about this, according to the Beehive in the comments, is that Beyonce, she added newer vocals to this one. So this song has been unreleased, and the Beehive has been asking for this record in particular to drop. And she finally dropped it. So the thing, that's what's so special about Beyonce. These other girls, look, and I don't like to compare my black woman because I'm a big fan of a lot of black female artists. There's probably no black female artists that I really don't like, or like, some of their singles or some of their songs. I like all the girls. But one thing that I like about Beyonce is that she listens to her fans. When her fans tell her to do something, she'll give it to you. She'll honor it. These other female artists, no shade, I feel like they don't be listening all the time. Like, they want to do their own thing. They want to be their own creative, which is fine. It's okay to be creative. But sometimes I feel like when the fans are telling you, hey, this is what we want to hear, can you go do this? The other female artists, the singers, I feel like the singers don't listen. Like, the fans are like, do a song like this, give me this. Beyonce, she listens, and now this isn't a new record, by the way, but once again, back to my point. What's special about this is that she brought this old record back and she added newer vocals. So the fans, the Beehive members in the comments were like, this is so special because she is, having her younger vocals, her older vocals, and her newer vocals, to show us who she is today. So I really think that's such a special thing. Shout out to you, Beyonce. All right, I'm done with this video. Drop down below and y'all let me know what you think. Bye.